Hi everyone, John here. I just wanted to give you a COVID-19 update. As usual, I'm normally reading off some paper, so I'm sorry if that annoys people. But I want to talk about the incidents that happened with the masks. I think it was in Bunnings, where a lady was saying that she felt that she didn't need to wear a mask. And as far as the human services is concerned, something with the law about human services, that she didn't need to wear the mask, and there wasn't anyone that was working in the Bunnings store that can make her wear a mask if she doesn't want to, and they weren't authorised to tell her to wear a mask. I think they asked if they just politely, the people working in the store, if she could stop filming them, but she just kept going, and I think after that she went out to the police as well, and she was just saying that to the police as well that that she has every right not to wear a mask, and she went over the same laws again, and I think this time the police said no, actually you're breaking the law. So I think, well, the video actually stopped after that, so I don't really know what happened after that, but one of the things that I wanted to say was that Daniel Andrews was saying today that it's not really about just people's individual rights and what they think is right or wrong. It's actually about saving lives. And then, of course, today, the reality is that he went on to say that there was another 532 new cases today in Victoria. And there were some more deaths as well, and a lot of these are actually happening in aged care, like 50 or 60 in each aged care, across Melbourne and the Mitchell Shire. So, it's really, really bad. And then after that, I think the Premier of New South Wales is starting to worry, which I've said in my last videos, that we're all in this together, and now we're hearing stories that it's not just happening in Victoria. What's happening in New South Wales now is actually, that's how we started, with a few clusters that we could control, but then there was a few other ones when silly people were doing silly things, and then it was in the community. That's what's happening in New South Wales now. The Premier said that there's more that's needed to be done. I think they said there was about 101 cases that they've got active now, and there's 5 people in intensive care. And she was asking for people to do more now, come forward and get tested. Now, if you remember in my last videos, I was saying that this is how it started in Victoria. Clusters that we could control, we knew where the people were, then it would happen in the community. Once it happens in the community, and if they found out that some of them linked back to some of the clusters, then they could control that. But that's not how it's happening now in New South Wales. The same thing that happened in Victoria is now happening in New South Wales. So now that they're asking for people to come forward, which what we did in Victoria, and now we're starting to find 400 or 500 cases a day, and then it spreads to people then visiting nursing homes, because they thought that they were allowed to by this stage, and they were allowed to go back into restaurants and meet people, meet up for lunch and things like that. So now that they're starting to test people in New South Wales, I will be looking closely to see how many cases they start to get. I hope that it's not like Victoria. I hope that Victoria starts to get things under control, which I think we will. But I just hope that it doesn't start happening to New South Wales as well, because when we start getting a lot of community deaths, and like the health people have been saying here in Victoria, that when we get 400 or 500, we normally get 5 or 6 deaths a day. So that's really terrible. Anyway, on a lighter note, I got some comments about my backgrounds that I use. Well, I'm not very professional. I don't have a fantastic background. When I work out how to use the computers and everything else, then I'll probably have a nice background like people have. One of the other things I was saying is that why do I always wear black? Well, as far as blue's my favourite colour, but as far as clothes are concerned, black's my favourite colour when I wear. So I normally wear black all the time. You'll probably normally see me in black all the time, but anyway, thank you for listening. It's just a short video just to talk about the masks, only because of what happened with the lady in Bunnings, as well as the one that was driving through in the four-wheel drive, who thought she also wanted to be, I think she used the terms, as a living woman, that I have the right to say what I want to say and don't need to wear a mask. So I think the police that day had enough of her and just told her to move on. But anyway, thank you for listening, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.